Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Awesome.
Yep, just me and Samantha in here so far. Probably gonna be it.
Yeah, we might need to like discuss that so you're not making the trip.
Yeah.
And I just emailed you to your Project Rooted email address, the link to the slides again, so that you didn't have to go digging for it.
I did see it, yes.
Okay, and I just updated a couple bullet points in here now. For the end. Otherwise, it's mostly the same.
Okay.
Yes, I did see that sheet and I think it's awesome to have something for onboarding. I just didn't have time to like
No, that's
go
okay.
actually deep dive into it yet.
No,
But
no.
it is
I know,
on my to-do list.
Thank you for doing that. It looks so good. There's a few more things I want to add, but I was kind of like collecting and I didn't finish.
No,
Go
that's
ahead.
okay. It's not a rush, but I think it will help. We need something like that for the Board of Health too.
Yeah, I think you did a good job with that and branded it too.
I tried.
It's of great importance for me, so.
I'm gonna, while we're waiting for people to join, just run the restroom quick. I'll be right back.
Hello, Anne.
Hello, everyone. Enjoy the sunshine. I guess this is the sunshiniest of all the days this week. So
I know, I have my window in my office open and it feels so good because I can hear the birds.
oh, I tell you, they're putting in a walking path behind me. So it's nothing but beep, 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 beep.
Oh, no. Well, eventually it will be nice though, right?
Yeah, maybe that'll get my fat butt up to walk, right? Said to my husband, if this doesn't get me walking, then it's over. Nothing. It's right behind our house. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I know Catherine's going to try to pop out. I talked to her earlier today about something. She's in Minnesota, so
Okay.
she may even be just by phone. But so, and I'm hoping our new members will attend today. I don't know. We have 2 new members, Paul Uzel and the other person.
Marina.
Yeah, I hope they join. We'll see. We'll see.
Hi, Michaela.
Hi,
How's your day going?
it's going well. Trying to catch up from, I had a Blue Green Alliance meeting this last weekend, so I'm just trying to catch up from prepping for that. So
Did
you know how that goes.
Did you do your speech? You were speaking at some event.
This one was like super last minute. So yeah, I was asked very last minute to present at the Blue Green Alliance conversation about energy efficiency. And I was partnered with a union guy who was freaking out the entire time prepping beforehand. So it was kind of fun, but I was like, dude, we'll be fine. It's great. But I got to hang out with the likes of like one of the Lynn County supervisors, Stacy Walker. And then I got to hang out with Josh Mandelbaum from Des Moines. And so it just was like well worth the craziness of last minute presentation gathering. But how are you?
I'm good. I just got back from a conference late last night and it was like 12:45 at night in the morning, I guess. So, but plugging along, the sun's out, so that helps a lot.
I hear ya.
I'm sure everybody is itching to get outside.
You have no idea.
Well, we'll just speed right through this then. No, we'll get everything accomplished and then you can go enjoy the outdoors. It's nice that it's lighter out later. So I feel like I can actually go for a nice walk after work and do all that.
I'm pretty excited. This is the first year on our small farm. We're going to actually plant our own crop. So like my first crop of oats is going in the field this Friday, maybe, or Saturday. So I'm pretty excited.
Fun.
Yeah.
You'll have to share how it went at the next meeting.
Yeah. We cannot believe how dry it is out there. Like, it seems like we've been getting a lot of moisture, and we were out testing the equipment last night, and like, it's
Yeah.
like pretty
It's
dry.
really dry. Yeah. We need more rain.
Yeah.
Snow would be good too.
I think you're in the minority on that opinion there.
I am, and I don't believe we need more snow, but you know.
Hi, Sunil. Hi, Kathy.
Hello.
We're still missing quite a bit of people. I don't believe we have 2, 3, 4. How many do we need for a quorum? Let's see.
Lorena did tell me that she, I think she's traveling for a conference, so she wouldn't be here today.
Okay. Did you hear from Paul at all? I know.
Oh, Paul, it looks like Paul just joined.
Okay.
Catherine Caitlin, I don't see her on here yet either.
She was, Anne said that she was traveling as well.
Okay.
All right, I think we have enough for a quorum then, right?
Looks like it.
1, 2,
I'm just counting.
5, 6. All right. We will go ahead and call the meeting to order at 4:03. I'm going to share my screen here quick. It's not allowing me to, so 1 second. Sorry, guys.
I'll watch the participant list and let you know if anyone else joins in after you get started, Whitney.
Okay, sounds good. It's not allowing me to share my screen, which it should.
Sam, is that on your side?
I
don't think so, but let me try.
Um,
It definitely could be.
yeah, and I'm just signed in on the meeting room computer, so it doesn't look like it wants to let me make Whitney a host, but I think you should be able to.
Okay.
Now it says you're the host. So let's see.
Might be able to give you permission now.
Someone's at the door. I'll see if he's for our meeting.
Looking for the food policy.
Did that help, Whitney?
I expected a lot more people.
A lot of people are on Zoom.
If I'd known that, I probably would have done it myself. Hello. Hello. I'll sit on this side.
All right, I might have to have you share the, Samantha, do you have the slide deck? It's not allowing me to for some reason.
I can share it for you while you go through it.
Okay, awesome.
Sorry.
No, I don't
Figure it
know.
out.
Oh, wait, hold on. 1 second. I think I might have.
I should have brought my laptop.
We were just joined in the room by Paul. Will you say your last name?
Uzel.
Uzel. There we go.
Awesome, welcome.
I don't know where the camera is here.
Right
so-
up there
In the
in
corner.
the corner.
Oh, hi.
Just got it from Danielle. If you want me to share it, Whitney.
Yeah, I actually was able to pull it up. So
Oh, perfect. Yep.
can you see my screen?
Yep.
Can.
Okay, perfect. We'll go ahead and do a roll call to start. So I have Michaela. And you can just say
Yep.
here when I call your name. Perfect.
Yep.
Andrea. Is Andrea on? I thought I saw, oh yeah.
Yeah,
perfect.
Andy's on
Okay,
it with a thumbs up.
perfect. All right, Rich.
Didn't
All
see
right.
Rich.
I didn't see him either.
Okay, myself, Sunil.
Yes.
All right. Cindy. Paul.
Here.
Wonderful. Kathy. I know I saw you
Here.
on. Catherine. Don't believe she's on yet. Octavius. No. Lynn Sutton. Lorena. Someone mentioned she was traveling. Paul. Welcome, Paul. Paul, can you hear me? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. I'm actually going to have you do a quick introduction. Welcome to the Dubuque County Food Policy Council. We're so excited to have you here.
Sure. I'm a retired Presbyterian pastor. I am the former chair of the Dubuque Interfaith Green Coalition. I'm currently involved with Ride the Rails. I'm also preaching part-time, actually in Stevenson County in Illinois. Involved in a lot of other stuff too, I suppose. So I guess I've never participated in a Zoom call when I wasn't on Zoom. I'm missing my laptop in front of me.
Yeah. It's always different. We usually have about like half and half on Zoom and in person. So we'll kind of have a conversation about that too and how we want to move forward with doing our meetings going forward. So just something to note there, but welcome. We're so excited to have you. And it sounds like you have a great background in history. And we're excited that you're bringing your talents to the table. So thank you very much.
You bet.
And then I have Ray. Perfect. Samantha, I know you're in the room. And then we have Danielle and Candace.
And just for the record, I will be leaving this meeting here at about 4:35. I have to go to another meeting later tonight. So just so that you know, I'll be leaving at about that time.
Thanks, Ray.
Perfect, thank you.
And Samantha. Candace is on Zoom.
All right, so with that, we'll move forward and I will take a motion to approve the minutes. If everybody had a chance to look at those that Danielle sent out. Would anybody like to make a motion? Any changes, conversation?
Everything look good. Motion to approve.
All right, in a second.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Kathy. All those in favor, you can raise your hand, thumbs up, say aye, whatever you need to
Aye.
do.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, minutes are approved. Whoops. All right, do we have anyone from the public at this time that would like to make a comment or address the council?
I would.
Wonderful. And if you could state your name as well, so everyone can know who you are.
Sure. I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Sandra Larson. I'm the current chairperson of the Dubuque County Board of Health. And I'm here today at the meeting just to show that we support you and we want to learn how we can be of even more assistance.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sandra. We appreciate that very much.
You're welcome.
Is there anybody else? All right. Moving on. Okay, so we sent out the bylaws. Did everybody see those?
Yes.
Did anybody have any comments, adjustments, thoughts on those? A few things I wanted to bring up, and one was just council representation. And I wanted us to take a look and see where we feel like we're lacking on the council. So what areas are we missing? There's a good list there that we created in the very beginning of this process that really brought as many people to the table as we possibly could. So I wanted us to take a look at that first and see different areas that we can all help in bringing more people to the council that fit those roles. So with that, I'll just open it up for discussion for anybody to bring up any thoughts and ideas or people that might be good fit.
I think we still need a grower. And I had invited Al Becker from out at Dyersville, but I don't think he could make it tonight. I'm hoping that he'll at least join us. He said he wanted to join for a few times and see what we were all about before he made a decision.
And he's with, who is he with, Kathy?
He's got his own land and he grows and then he sells at the Dyersville Farmers Market.
Okay. Ray, do you have anybody that you feel like might be interested in joining the council at that level? I know you work with a lot of growers on a regular basis.
I do not. The challenge that we have with some of our other growers that I know of in the county, because Brittany works with a lot of growers, is that just the fact that it's challenging for time. So,
Okay.
and a lot of them don't really know, and this isn't just an honest evaluation, but don't really know how it's necessarily affecting their ability to sell product or help their farm along. And so that's just the feedback that I commonly receive.
Thank you for that feedback.
And I know, not to speak for Lorena because she's not here, but I know that she manages the Cincinnati Collaborative Farm. I know that's over in Wisconsin, but it's not very far. And so she's around farmers and growers all day and can kind of, I would imagine, can kind of help, pass along any feedback or challenges or things that farmers in the area would like to see. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lorena, has insight into that too.
And I will also say, I think Lorena would be an awesome resource But I think Lorena also plays into the other statistic that is true for Dubuque County is we don't have a lot of small scale fruit and vegetable growers in Dubuque County. When Brittany and I work with growers, they're on different levels of production, whether they're a winery or a wholesale supplier, or they're primarily focused on meat. And so our small scale farmers in the county are actually few and far between, and a large majority of the ones that we know of and that do come to the farmers market and that are more farm-like come from Wisconsin, actually. For whatever reason, Grant County brings a lot of those in. So
I would say with this, and I think what we're hearing a lot too is one, a time. And then the other one is just not understanding what the role of the Food Policy Council is in relation to them, right? So maybe we make an effort here, or we should make an effort to visit where they're at. So visit a lot of the local growers and understand how we can better support them if we don't have representation. And maybe that we make that a practice among all of us. So maybe each council member can pick one individual or one grower that they want to connect with, just so we can have a better understanding of what their needs are. And we can start building those relationships, because I feel like that's half the part, is doing that. So my challenge to the entire council with this is choose one grower that you want to connect with. And then the next meeting, we can chat about kind of a game plan and a list of those individuals that we want to connect with. Does that sound good to everybody?
This is
So
Paul.
a couple things, just so you know, when we were starting, and Rich Henderson might have a great opportunity and connection to some smaller scale growers, but it again goes back to time. So if we have committee work or something along those lines that would be intriguing to those people, I think that would be a great opportunity to get them aware of what the Food Policy Council is. That way we're working smarter. And then also we can recruit those who are truly invested in coming to our meetings to the table. I do know there was a grower who happened to previously sit on the Board of Health, and during growing season, he was kind of unavailable. And so with that, I think we really just need to be aware that there could be pieces of work that we could have them work on together collaboratively, including Farm Tech was interested at one point in continuing the conversation. So they're a great opportunity, as well as O'Connell Acres. We've had great conversations with them. But again, it goes down to their capacity and their action ability might be best suited at the committee level. We also have our partnership with the conservation. So we might be able to do some joint meetings with the conservation groups that are meeting, whether it be the Pea Branch Greenway or the Creek, watershed conversation. They get a lot of farmers to show up as well. So we might be best suited if we also do some things jointly, if we are unsuccessful in individual retention of a farmer, what scale it may, whatever may be.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Just even having people attend the meetings, even if they can't join the council, could still be really beneficial.
The other thing I was thinking, this is Paul Uzel. The other thing I was thinking when you were talking about Lorena a moment ago, even though she's probably living in Wisconsin, even if she isn't, she's representing a lot of Wisconsinites, but at the same time, this council is advisory to the Board of Supervisors, right?
The Board of Health, yeah.
The Board of Health,
And the
okay.
supervisors.
Yeah,
indirectly.
and so having her participate, even as member of the council, would be simply an advisory thing. So it doesn't require residents. If she has connection with, for example, the farmer's market, which I'm sure she does, with all those growers out there, they feed Dubuque County. And that's what it's all about. Sounds to me like she'd be a great asset.
Perfect. Thank you. I think that it might be good if we start to become more aware of some of those things that you're talking about, Michaela. So if those opportunities arise, maybe when we're sending out just the meeting notice, we also send out, here's a list of monthly opportunities, or here's a few things coming up. who would like to attend on behalf of the Dubuque County Food Policy Council. So if everyone can just be more aware of those items and bring those to the table, then we can start feeding that out to the council as much as we can. So we're doing those individual connections, but we're also doing some of those collaborations as well. So if you could send those to the DBQ local foods, and then we'll kind of create like a running list of things that we can be attending. I know Sunil, you're really great at that and getting those events to us. So we'll continue to work on that too.
I also wanted to add, I agree with Michaela on farm tech. I think that's one of the good ones. Just thinking of medium-sized or even larger scale on the distribution and processing end, we do not have any representation from that side. And if you're talking food policy, they would be important players to talk to.
I agree. Thank you. And this all kind of feeds into those responsibilities too. Like if you look at what our responsibilities are as council members, it's really to connect with these organizations and understand what their needs are, because that's all within our strategic plan. So moving forward with that, just continuing to build and expand on what those responsibilities that we set a couple of years ago. So I encourage everyone to really like take a dive into that. And if you have any conversation that you would like to have around those responsibilities, certainly let me know. I don't think we've really like revisited these bylaws in quite some time. So just really going through that and understanding what that role is. And then the only thing that I noticed as I was like going through this is, and those responsibilities, our bylaws will have to change, and we'll have to discuss like the wording on that. Maybe we do that next meeting, because I just realized it. But on section 5 and G, if anybody has that in front of them, it says make decisions and recommend dispersal of funds in Dubuque County in the form of grants that will support the mission of the council. And we're no longer doing that grant process. So it's just something to discuss of how we want to address that on our bylaws.
It can just live there, and it doesn't have to necessarily be specifically taken out at this point. It can just live there. If funds were to come in, then it lives there.
I think we need to like address to what the purchase of service is is that like something that we want to put within our bylaws? Is that just something we're bringing awareness to? And if it's just something we're bringing awareness to, how are we bringing awareness to that? To let small food industries know that they can apply for that. So just something to think about there. And then on attendance, we haven't been necessarily taking attendance. So that's something I want to just change. So we all have like an understanding where we're at individually, but where we're at as a group too. I think sometimes we lose track. So going forward, we'll just create like an Excel sheet and just take attendance based on that, so everybody can see at any point in time with that, because I do want everybody to be involved and participate, because that's what makes the council really run smoothly. So I appreciate everybody coming and giving your time and your talents. And I just want to make sure that we're all kind of taking care of each other in that area too. So just something to note there. Did anybody have any just thoughts on the bylaws, any questions, anything they wanted to bring up, anything that they noticed, any conversations you want to have?
So Whitney, based on what you said, that was one of the things that jumped out to me. Was right now I don't have an idea of attendance, but we do have minutes. Would it be possible just to use the minutes just for this year to get a sense of who's been missing, and there may be very valid reasons on why some people couldn't be there for multiple meetings, but it may be worth at least asking to see, hey, are you still interested in being part of this? Or if you can't attend regular meetings, would you be on a subcommittee, something like that, at least to have a conversation?
You bet. And I think that's a great idea, and just something that I haven't done yet. So we'll probably go back to January and look through those minutes and then just put it in one spot. So we're not looking, every month to see who's been here and who hasn't. That way we're following those bylaws too and our attendance policy. So just something that I want to work on in that area.
If you want, Whitney, since we started a new, or we updated the subcommittee tracking Excel document, I can just make a new tab within
Perfect.
that document, and it's a Google sheet that is shared already that we can all see. So I'll make a new tab in there and for attendance, and can go back at least to January. And then if we need to go back farther than that, we at least have the minutes through July, so we can do that.
Perfect. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate that.
In my opinion, under responsibilities, and I don't think we have time to do this today, but I think that the strategic plan is taking us in a significantly different focus than what the responsibilities in the bylaws say. So I think that my sense is that the bylaws would likely need to be changed to be more integral to what is being said as our current direction. I don't want to go into it in detail because I think there's a lot of things on this agenda today.
I think that's a good point, Paul, and something that we can certainly have a conversation about adding. I do want to present that to the Board of Health first, just to make sure that we're moving forward with that specific plan. And then we can talk about adding that into our roles and responsibilities. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, any other discussion on the bylaws?
I don't really have an issue with this. I just wanted to state it for the record that this was prior to your time, Whitney. Our office and my representation or attendance at the meeting is like we have an agreement between the Extension Office and the Food Policy Council that I'm not here representing policy and to be voting on policy, because that's not the mission of the organization I'm representing. It's rather education. So I don't know if it's supposed to be stated in the bylaws that certain members can be representing or attend meetings, but technically are not voting on policy or motions. I don't know if that's supposed to be stated, but it doesn't make me any difference. But I'm just stating it for the record that's my representation.
I believe we have you listed as, we don't specifically state it, but we have you listed it as an ex officio.
Yep. So it just doesn't say that they are non-voting or whatever. So I'm just stating that I'm and from my understanding of the agreement that the Food Policy Council and our council signed is that I'm not to be voting on motions of policy and actions of the council. I'm here for educational purposes to provide input and be connected with the community.
You're listed as an ex officio member, therefore you are not a voting member of the organization per se. So you would not be voting particularly on those items.
Okay, I just didn't see that the ex officios don't vote. That's the only reason I was stating that. So that's yeah.
But
yeah,
maybe it needs to be added to the description
vote.
under ex officio. Got it.
The term ex officio means that.
The term ex officio may or may not include vote. In some organizations I'm involved in, it does, and in others I don't. So stating ex officio without vote would probably fill Ray's issue.
Okay.
That is the only thing I wanted to bring up. Always, I'm great.
No, thank you very much for addressing that. That's always a good conversation to have. I can meet with Danielle and Candace and go over, just a few changes, and we can bring that to a vote at the next meeting. So we'll highlight those changes.
Great, you're here late.
Any other discussion? All right. All right, so we did the strategic plan presentation last time. Thank you for the committee for putting a lot of time and effort into that. We did not receive any changes from council. However, we made some changes at our last meeting, which was on last Thursday. We did those changes. So we will, Danielle, did you send out the final to everybody?
Yep, I just got it today. I will forward it. But
It
there
is
were no
very,
significantly substantive changes, so what we did go through last month is very, very close.
it was very minimal. It was just changes in wording. We didn't change anything like specifically on the plan. So everybody hopefully has the time to look through that, but we did ask the council to submit any changes before this meeting. So I wanted to make a formal action to adopt that strategic plan on our end. However, we do have to present it to the County Board of Health as well. So does anybody have any discussion, any issues with where we were sitting at the last meeting with that plan? Any conversation? Paul, did you ever have an opportunity to see that strategic plan?
You talking about Paul Uzel?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, I did. I didn't get a chance to look through it. I was kind of considering my attendance today to be kind of a orientation to it. So you all accepted, that's fine with me because I didn't have any input into it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we can give you a little bit of background, and please, any council members jump in at any point in time and like how we got to this space. But prior to COVID, and then also during COVID as well, we held strategic planning sessions with the community. So we did a lot of community input sessions, and Michaela really led that kind of force and brought people to the table and had discussions just about local foods. And we used all that data and all those goals and everything that we got from those two plans to bring into one large strategic plan. We've been meeting about every other week for, I want to say, was it since January? I can't even remember anymore. It's all kind of running together, but we've been meeting regularly to really bring that plan. So take all that data and to form one large strategic plan. We've revised it quite a few times, and then we brought it to the council at the last meeting, so last month, and then asked for any changes through that. But it's a great plan that really lists out the tasks that are going to be coming forward. So it's giving us actionable items to move forward as a council, which we're really excited about. So it was something we spent a lot of time and a lot of effort on. So I encourage you to take a look at that and let us know if you have any questions. And I'd be happy, and I'm sure any other council members would be too, to meet with you and discuss that. If you do as well. So
I do have it. I suppose I could even look at it on my cell phone, but the size wouldn't be propitious for my eyes. But if I had my laptop, I'd be looking at it right now. I will go over it minutely.
And again, if you have any questions at all, please let us know, and we'd be happy to discuss that with you.
You'll be the first person I contact.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So the next steps for that would be to, if approved by the council today, so if we decide to officially move forward, we'd like to present that to the County Board of Health at the next meeting. I encourage anyone and everyone to attend that, and we'll discuss this plan, and then from there it will go to the County Board of Supervisors, and will be a topic. It'll be on the agenda too. So I would like to get a motion to approve the strategic plan as Danielle is sending out. Again, there was no large changes. It was just simple wording.
And Sam and I chatted a little bit before the meeting, just for clarity, that our strategic plan doesn't have to be formally voted on or adopted, but to present to the board of, it does for us in this meeting, but by the Board of Health or Board of Supervisors, there wasn't, she said it didn't need to be formally adopted, but to present to everybody, to be clear on priorities and, you know, with anybody who can help moving forward with the plan from the Board of Health or Board of Supervisors. That's more the purpose for those future meetings. But if we as a council vote to adopt it today, it doesn't have to have formal votes from the other bodies going forward.
And I think that it was more the ask, right? The financial ask, not, and we wanted input on the plan too. So going back to this, but I would like to get, yes, I think it was more the financial ask that we have to get approved and included within that budget. So that's what the presentation is for as well.
The real approval is going to be by the Board of Health. right?
For the financial asks to be included within the budget.
Okay,
But we can still, I think what we're kind of saying is we can still move forward with our strategic plan and implementing things. It's just the financial ask that comes with it that
Right.
is the larger part.
And I think it will be good, I was saying this to Danielle earlier too, that the Board of Health hears about your strategic plan and the things going on, because there's so many new members to our board that there's a lot of people who don't know exactly what the Food Policy Council has been up to for the last few months. So I think that presentation will just be good to get more Board of Health members, you know, to support the Food Policy Council's work going forward too.
I agree. I think we've talked about really strengthening that relationship with the County Board of Health and the Dubuque County Food Policy Council. So we're continuing to do updates, whether that be monthly updates or quarterly updates, just really talking about the things that we're planning to do, the action items that we've accomplished, and really communicating that so we can partner not just on this, but other topics moving forward. And that was a huge part of this too. So I'm really excited about that and growing that partnership and that relationship. And I think presenting the strategic plan and our initiatives that we want to accomplish is a really good first step. So I'm ready to move forward. So with that, any discussion?
Just a quick question. So right now the call is to adopt the strategic plan for us, right? And then you'll present this, or we will present this to the Board of Health on 20th?
Next week, yep.
Could I know what time on 20th?
The meeting starts at 4:30.
Oh, 4:30, okay.
Yeah, they changed it. They used to be 6 o'clock meetings, and it's here in our West Campus room, but also virtual too. So you'll be able to join either way.
Do we have a motion? Did anybody motion to adopt it? Sorry, I missed it if you have.
nobody.
I don't think anyone did yet.
Okay.
Would anybody like to make a motion?
I would like to make a motion to adopt the strategic plan.
In a second?
I'll second it. I didn't want to make the motion since I haven't been part of the development, but seconding it's not a big deal.
All those in favor, you can raise your hand, you can clap, you can say yay.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carried. Well, I'm super excited to present that again. Let me know if anybody wants to be a part of that in person. We can kind of split that task up a little bit and present together. If you want to be included in that, I'd love to have some others really joining in and helping with that discussion too. So let me know. All right, so we have a few different updates and I want everybody to share as well. Just the USDA local food and farmers market expansion grants in City of Dubuque discussion. Danielle, you were on those phone calls as well. I was on those, Michaela was on those. Would Danielle or Michaela, would you guys like to share kind of what that is?
The only update I had to officially let the group know is that Terry Goodman and Jason Nices, who were on those calls, did say it would be helpful to see our strategic plan. So I had planned to share it with them as it was adopted. So I'll make sure they get that, just so that the city government is aware what the County Food Policy Council is prioritizing.
Michaela, did you want to add anything to that at all?
So the hope is to find a partnership, not only within Dubuque County, but we find it really important and impactful to strategically look at our surrounding counties, which do include counties that are in other states. However, recognizing that each of our counties have our own unique skill set that we bring to the table, where Dubuque has our farmers markets. Some of our surrounding counties, including Clayton County, have our producers to really work to obtain kind of a role of establishing a food hub and to utilize the conversations we've started with our BIPOC communities to support that and to grow their access to food in our communities. So really the hope is that we recognize that this is a food systems conversation. End goal is really to support and bring to the city of Dubuque a food hub. We've identified in the past some key sites within the city of Dubuque, but then also to find ways to support the growth of our producers and the production of food within Dubuque County as well, to support that, not just have other counties continuously keep their dollars there, but bring them here as well. So institution level purchasing is our first goal with the food hub, where other food hubs that we've talked to, CSA style is kind of where they've originated. Our hope is really to incentivize and find ways through the grant to encourage local procurement.
Thank you, Michaela, for sharing that. I would like to note too, the farmers market expansion part of it is being it's being put on hold a little bit more. So I don't think they're interested in moving forward with that section of it. And I think a lot of that has to do with just turnover and leadership there and having so I do know they're looking for a farmers market manager. So if anybody wants to assist with that or know someone that would be interested in that role, I do have a job description and what they're looking for. I think that's a vital role in our community. And continuing as we talk about farmers market, right, and connecting people to local foods, having someone in that position, I think would be great. And I know they're looking for someone for Dubuque Main Street too in conjunction. So that's a little off topic, but still part of this discussion in that too. So 2 different positions that they're looking for at Dubuque Main Street. Danielle, do you want to share about the farm to table?
Yeah, so in my talks with County Conservation and Brian Preston, one of the concerns they had about hosting the dinner on Heritage Trail is the trail wide enough, big enough? Can people still get by? They don't want to close the section. So I've been out to a few different sites. Twin Springs was my first choice. And then before she left, Lori at Limestone Bluffs had suggested looking at Graff Park also. So I've been taking measurements and photos so that chefs know what to expect as well. And then I also have talked to Stone Hollow, Chris and Emily Appleman. Their farm is literally split in half by Heritage Trail. So I thought it would be cool. It wasn't really part of the plan to be as a location, but I think to be in the middle of a literal farm next to their grove of trees and where they're actually growing and you know, using the mushrooms that they cultivate for part of the meal. I think that would be really cool. So I have not been out there yet. I've just kind of started talking to them this weekend at Winter Market. But that's kind of where I'm at. So we'll make the final site selection here pretty soon, hopefully, and get all of that taken care of with the County Conservation Board. And then, yeah, work to begin promoting it here pretty soon.
Do you have a date on that yet?
Summer solstice, June 21st, 2nd. I don't remember off the top of my head. Sorry. It's a Tuesday.
Danielle, what do you need from us as a council? What assistance would you like or support?
I feel pretty good for now. I will say definitely promoting it once we get everything locked in and secured. I've talked to Chef and Kevin has suggested that we don't go over 150 at the absolute max. And 50 of that will be reserved for, or as many as we need really, will be reserved for the producers who are participating in the meal and those strategic people who we want to buy from those producers on a larger scale. That's part of the networking opportunity for those targeted groups ahead of time. So really we're looking at about 100 public attendees to buy a ticket and go to the dinner, just as general participants. So we definitely want to make sure we sell it out so that it's well attended and can pay for itself. That's a big deal too. So I think for now I feel pretty good, but then I will definitely be asking for council support for that to get the word out. And then for the night of signing up for small jobs, we would like some presence of greeting people, to have a table there with information about the council, just so there's some visibility to for the council in front of all these folks attending.
Perfect. Thank you, Danielle. I would like to note too, like to save on costs for this. I mean, I have enough of everything that you would possibly need for 150 people. So, I mean, if you don't want to pay for that additional cost, I have the linens, plates, the cups,
Okay.
napkins, like everything. So if there's
Okay,
something
we'll
that-
have a new subcommittee meeting outside of this to talk about
That's
all
good.
of that. Thank you.
Perfect. Yep. And then we have
Huge.
the school garden update as well. Was that you, Candace?
It was me. So if everyone, I don't know if everyone remembers, but we did help with some grant writing for a school garden and a larger wellness project at Lincoln Elementary through a community development block grant through the city of Dubuque. And it's a very large project, the garden is a portion of that. It's slower going than we were hoping, partly because those funds have a lot of restrictions. And so they're going through the archaeological review process right now. So the next month they'll be doing soil testing to see if there's anything of historical significance at the school. And then because we won't be able to start the full garden project, which was supposed to be each grade level having its own small garden to choose their plants and foster this spring, the parents are actually doing a smaller project on Earth Day weekend with the students to just plant tomatoes, one tomato plant for each class of the student's choice. And then parents will be there planting it. And the lead on that is a master gardener intern. So Ray, you know her, Christine, she's a parent and a master gardener intern. So she's doing some of her volunteer time on that project. So it's kind of an in-between, not a final step, but something is happening this year. So that's progress, even though we have to put a lot of the rest of it on hold to wait for the archaeological stuff. So that's the update there. And I forgot to have Danielle put a bullet on also we are officially working with the city of Dubuque Planning Department on their urban gardening, urban farming guide to look through. They're putting together what the city codes are related to producing food in your own yard and selling your food from your yard, related to bees, chickens, small livestock, and produce. And so they're doing the majority of the work. I'm just going to be looking at it to make sure it's addressing things that we've already talked about through the strategic plan. But that, fingers crossed, Jason was really hoping to be able to get that out by spring or summer so people could use it for their plans this year.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
fantastic. Moving forward, I think you made amazing progress on that, Candace, and kudos to you for all the work that you put into that. I do know I did get a call in conjunction with school gardens. I got a call from Sageville, and they're struggling with their school garden as well, and just getting participation and having someone lead that. So if anybody has any ideas or suggestions or good collaborations, I know that they need some partners to bring to the table. So just something to think about. If you can think of anything or anyone that would want to lead that, let me know. Project Rooted is interested in it, but we're a staff of one, so we need a little bit of support there too. So please let me know if it's something that you want to assist with, and we can kind of game plan on that too.
Brittany, I can share some things we put together for the Lincoln one to try to help with engagement of families who are there. So I can share some of that with you offline.
Perfect. Thank you.
All
right.
I have just one question, unless you want to put this off to the next meeting, because I know we're getting close, but if you go back a couple slides, I think we skipped the subcommittee realignment. Go back one more.
Oh, we did. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much, Danielle.
Yeah.
I was moving around too fast.
No, that's okay. And if you go back one more, I think it'll have what we have
That
exist.
one.
Yeah, exactly. We have
Okay, I think I totally skipped this slide altogether. Sorry about that, guys.
All we did was basically we decided a couple were worth keeping because we are actively working on those things. The strategic plan needs to be, you know, referenced and evaluated. So that one, and then contracted vendor made sense to keep that as long as, you know, Candace and I, our contract was active till July. And then the new ones that you see align with the strategic plan. So that was, these were going to be the new subcommittees that people could sign up for, as opposed to the other ones that hadn't had, you know, any progress recently. So that, I just want to make sure we didn't forget those.
Yes, thank you so much. So everything, these new subcommittees are based on that strategic plan, right? So if you remember seeing the different sections, it was local foods economy, healthy food access, food waste minimization. So before this next meeting, I would like every council member to sign up for one of those subcommittees, and let us know which one you want. And we'll send out some sort of sheet that you can fill out to put your name in there. And we'll discuss the expectations, but I really want, with the strategic plan, we've really been working hard at coming up with actionable items and when we want to accomplish those items and what success looks like, and then also what one of those subcommittees it falls in. So you won't be led blind within those subcommittees. You'll have actual steps that you can take in order that you can do. So it's really laid out very nicely for you. So it makes things a little bit easier. And then each month after that, it's our goal to talk about what your wins are, where you're at and things. And that will be really like the bulk of our discussion as a Food Policy Council and moving forward, and also understanding what type of support you need as a subcommittee. And then again, readjusting when needed too. So we will send this out for people to indicate which area they want to fall under. I will ask for one lead or champion to really spearhead those different subcommittees. So we need at least one person to step up within each of those. So if you're interested in that too, we'll have a little note there that you can add, yes, I'd like to lead that. And that's really scheduling the meetings, coming up with a meeting place, taking notes, and then presenting back to the council. So we need 3 people to really step up in those areas. So I'd greatly appreciate if you're interested. I know everybody has passions for different things, but I'd like to try to make this as balanced as we can, so one area doesn't just have one council member. So we'll have people sign up, we'll reevaluate it, we can have some conversations if it doesn't feel right. But no, that's going to be kind of how we're working our meetings going forward, is talking about these different topics and action items that go with it.
And the spreadsheet to sign up is real simple. All you have to do is find your name and put an X under the committee that you want to join. It's just a real simple grid, so it should not take much time at all.
You'll send.
Danielle, can you add a little section too if they want to lead it?
Yep, sure.
Okay, perfect. So everybody keep an eye out for that. Any questions on that subcommittee realignment? Everybody's so quiet today. Do I need to like shake things up? All right, okay. Few things going forward. So community updates, Party for the Planet is coming up super fast. So it's Saturday, April 23rd. Danielle's gonna be sending us, actually, we're gonna ask everybody for their sign up now, what people wanna do. Just to get it done. So Party for the Planet is at the River Museum. We did it last year. It was super fun. We had a lot of engaged people. Sunil did this fun gummy experiment. And then we were next to the energy district. It was Project Rooted. We were all like one area. So I wanted to talk about what we want to do for Party for the Planet. So what is our like goal? What's our objective? What kind of fun activity do we want to have? Because we have to decide that very quickly. And then we need people to sign up for the shifts to help. So I will open up for discussion if anybody has some fun, crazy ideas on what we should do.
I apologize. I will be literally next to this booth. So I will be having the energy district right next to it. And Whitney, I know we tried to get Project Rooted just on the other side as well. So I'm leaving creativity, but know that if we need to print something, Sam would be able to do that for us. We just need to let her know ahead of time.
And didn't you mention
Yeah.
that the Board of Health would be there too?
Whitney, I can lead the coming up with an activity part. We can retool what we did for the STEM festival. I have the equipment and I can take care of that. I can be there at the opening shift, probably leave in the middle for the second shift and come back for the teardown.
Perfect. All right, is anyone willing to help Sunil set up?
Don't all jump at once.
Yeah, Sunil, I will grab the tablecloth and the flag and I can meet you there and help you set up.
Yeah, I have that at Winter Market. I think you already knew that, Whitney, but I can have
Yeah.
it boxed up and ready to go for you.
Perfect, thank you. Is anyone interested in doing that? That second shift?
Would it be fair for those who are not here as well to send that out if no one volunteers?
Yeah, yep.
I can do that. I'll make sure to get the minutes out really quickly after this, so everybody sees it, and I'll call that out in the email.
Yeah, just
11 to
highlight it in
2,
big,
right.
bold yellow.
Yep.
Okay, so we don't have anyone right now. Is anyone willing to do that last shift? It really ends at 3, but we need someone to tear down, so I figured it'd be around 4 o'clock by the time we're done.
I'll step up and do that. We've got the Westminster Hunger Outreach food giveaway in the morning. And it's absolutely critical that I be there because I'm the guy to stand out in the middle of Dolores and see if I can get hit. Yeah, I have to, and after that, I need a little time to collapse. So 2 o'clock, yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you so much. And I'll be there too, just with Project Rooted. So, I mean, and Michaela's gonna be there. So there's always gonna be someone really there, but having extra hands is always nice too. Perfect, okay.
4 of our GIA Green Isle AmeriCorps people will be there as well to help. They do not need to be assigned just to the city or anything. So certainly I will not be able to be there, but should be able to tap into Liz, Sam, Chase, or Mallory to get help on for all of that period of time.
Thank you, Paul.
Is there a new business section coming up?
All right, Samantha, did you want to talk about the grant report and also the county wellness?
Yeah, also to the Party for the Planet, Dubuque County Health Department will be there, focusing on our environmental health programs. So I hope to see you guys there. And if you need anything that the health department can help with throughout the event, just let me know. I'll be there the whole time. And then as for the grant reporting, just wanted to let Food Policy Council members know that your grantees have their Q2 reports due to me by this Friday, and they'll be going in the agenda packet for the Board of Health to receive and file on Wednesday. And then I'll also send them over to Danielle and Candace so they can get on your next month's agenda also. I already have 2 of the 6, so it's pretty good. And then the County Wellness Coalition is a group of different city, county, NGO type groups, all working in one way or another in public health. And we've sort of tried to revamp that program now that we have more time to focus on it, rather than focusing just on COVID. So I invite the whole Food Policy Council to come to those meetings. They're once a month, and our next one is on Thursday at 10:30. I can send the Zoom information for that. This one will be fully virtual. I think we'll start doing in person next month. But those focus on information sharing between other organizations, and then we're going to try to start getting more involved with policy level change and initiatives for the county, which also includes Healthy Hometowns. And right now, Healthy Hometowns has been talking with the Wellness Coalition specifically about food insecurity. So I think it would be really helpful to have more voices from the Food Policy Council there. But I'll again send that Zoom information out to Danielle so she can get it to the group.
Wonderful. Thank you, Samantha. Appreciate all the work you're doing. all right, this is something totally different that I wanted to have some fun in conjunction with our strategic plan. So I would like all council members to share one word that you would use to describe the Dubuque County Food Policy Council now, and one word that you would like to describe it in the future. So something that you wish for the Dubuque County Food Policy Council, just something that you would like to see. So like for me, the one word I would use right now is just planning, and then for the future, action. So those are my 2 words. And I just want to do this because I really want to know like where everybody is at kind of on this journey and where you want to see it go. So it's just something fun I wanted to do today. Don't take it too seriously, and I will let anybody that wants to go ahead. And if you don't go, I'm going to start calling on people.
I have to go at 5, like right now. So number 1, we are still young. And number 2, we have the capacity to grow.
Nice.
Inspiring and challenging.
That's 3 words.
By vision, action.
I'd like to see a lot more healthier foods come through our whole entire system. So I guess my one word would be healthy.
All right, who didn't go? Paul, did you want to go?
The word that I have will be collaboration, but it relates to something that I want to contribute on the next bulleted point. So collaboration and cooperation. Paul Schultz used 3 words. Why can't I?
All right, Danielle and Candace, you're part of this group.
I'll say thoughtful now and impactful future.
I was going to say intentional now and exciting for the future.
All right, and I'm calling on you, our County Board of Supervisors. You guys have been in these meetings before. I'd love to hear what you think right now and what you'd want for our future.
Well, I'm thankful I'm here in my chair, so very good. Right now, I think you are highly motivated. And in the future, I want you to continue to be passionate.
Thank you, Harley.
About exciting for now and a bright future.
All right, anyone else on the call want to share? That was fun. Thank you guys. I really just wanted to have an idea of what everybody was thinking and what your goals are individually. So I appreciate you participating. I may throw some fun random things in like this in the months to come. So just be prepared to be called out a little bit. But with that, I know, again, I'm not very good at timing and stopping right at 5. Michaela was awesome at that. I'm just not. But I will take any council member projects or updates that you want to share. Just let us know too, as you're sharing those, what you need support in and how we can help if you do, or if you just want us to kind of hold space for you and that, what you're doing. So feel free to.
25 hours ago, the Dubuque Interfaith Green Coalition had a meeting, and at that we set a conference, convention, whatever you want to call it. We haven't figured out. It's going to be at it's going to be at the Westminster Church Fellowship Hall, but it will be the intent is to help churches and others form green teams, but it'll also include tables for any comers who want to be involved. We resourced a whole list of people that we would like to have set up tables to talk about being green and developing green. practices, and of course, food is right at the center of a lot of that. We did include the Food Policy Council as maybe a group that would like to do a table. Perhaps we might go so far as to invite you all to collaborate with us on getting this thing to happen. I noticed we didn't include Iowa State Extension as having a table, and we certainly would like to have that happen. So Ray, you can think about that. This will be the second weekend of October. We're not sure whether it'll be on Saturday or Sunday. We would have put it on the first weekend, which is closest to St. Francis Day, but the crop walk is that weekend. So we'll be doing it probably the second weekend, and it would be either Saturday morning and early afternoon, or it'll be on Sunday afternoon. And we're just getting these ideas, we're putting it together. There's 3 parts to it. And the part that is very interesting to me is getting the green teams. But it also is to attract new members to the coalition, to the Green Coalition. And so it's going to be more expansive than just that one single focus. But we talked about, okay, now how public are we going to make this before we even have the specific? And they said, well, yeah, you can go ahead and let Food Policy Council know it's coming. We want to say, oh, there will be programs on gardening there. Rich Henderson is the gardener at Westminster, although of course we have a few other master gardeners. We'll be talking about pollinating gardens as well. So any questions, you're glad to focus them to me or to our chairperson, Michael Knock.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. Definitely keep us updated and let us know like at what capacity you want us to assist with that. And that would be another great committee for our last priority too, to really help in that area. So definitely
Sure.
Keep that conversation going.
I could even see that being a, what do they call it, an ad hoc subcommittee that'll disappear after the event.
And so just want to make sure I have it right. You said the second weekend in October, so that would be the 8th or 9th.
Right.
Sound right? Okay.
Right, tentatively. So far, we haven't checked the Iowa State or the University of Iowa football schedules. And then you have to decide, is that important enough to bump it to another weekend? So.
All right. Are there any other updates from any other council members? Everybody's eager to get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. So with that, I will, if there's no other updates or information, it's not me, is it? I don't think, I'm like, is that me? It sounded so close, but with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Hello.
All right, a second.
Hello.
Second.
All right, all those in favor.
Time.
All right, any opposed?
I did it.
Schultzman
Well, there
motion, I made
wasn't a
second.
whole round of a lot of.
Okay, we're good. All right, it is, can we get a motion in a second?
Both
Okay.
balls.
All right, perfect. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Have a beautiful day, everybody. Enjoy the sunshine weather and we'll be in touch.
It was truly
Thank
appalling.
you.
It was truly appalling.
What a mess.
I'm sorry.
That was pretty funny.
Y'all have a good